Welcome to Builderall Adventures. My name is Jamie. Today I'm going to show you how to do 9 different types of effects or animations with your elements. Add a little bit of flair. Alright, so the first one we're going to do, we're actually going to do 3 in the menu first. Okay, so there's a lot of different places to find different effects and animations, and I've probably missed 1 or 2, but I'm going to show you a decent amount of them. Alright, so in the menu we have 2 textual animations. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you come to the text one, you have 2 different text animations down here, or effects that you can do. So one is just text animation, so I'm going to show you one of those. And another is the letters effect, so I'm going to show you that one as well. So we'll do those 2 real quick first. So basically each one of them you right click and you can configure. In the configure, you get to pick your sentences. You can delete them if you only want 1 or 2, or you can even add more. Or actually, yeah, you can add more. So for just as a quick test, let's go up here to the first one. Edit it. Let's do Mary had a little lamb. Alright, let's see how that looks. You have a couple options down here. You have the color of the font, the actual font itself, and the size. So right now I'm just going to leave those how they are. Maybe change this color. And I want it to loop. The cursor enabled, that's this little guy right here. Do you want that to show or not? So depending on what you're doing and what it's supposed to be representing, you might or might not want it. I'm going to leave it on for now. And then you've got a couple of options with speed down here. So you have your start delay, how long before it starts to do something. You have your typing speed, how fast it types it out, and then you have your backspace speed for how fast it goes backwards. So just to give you a quick idea, if I put this all the way up, it takes 1 second between each one. Oh, sorry, I had the speed backwards. It takes 1 second between each. So let's go back all the way down, and that's fast. And then backspace, same thing. Oh, so slow, yeah. So I'm going to keep them fast. And then the start delay, it's how long it takes to get started, and then it goes at these speeds for the typing. So I have it waiting 7 seconds probably-ish, and then it's normal. I'm going to leave all of those down, and I'm say save, and here it is. One thing that's interesting about this one is you can't resize the text box. It is the size it is. I haven't had any problems with this one folding over for any reason. Let's do a quick preview. There it is. Okay. This one is very similar. Right click, configure. So you still do the sentences the same, but down here you have different effects. So we're going to save. We're going to change the font on this one. And so here's your effects. You have an in effect and an out effect. If you watch over here, it does an in, and then they go out. So in this one, those go out as a new one comes in. So you can pick the different effects here. So let's do a flip for in and a twist for out. Or not a twist, sorry. Let's do a slide fast to left. Okay, so as the ones that go out slide backwards, flipping in are the new sentences. Okay, you can change the speed. Nice and fast. Yeah, I like that. Loop, we definitely want it to loop. Save. Preview. Alright. So those are 2 very simple ones, just built right into the menu. Nothing special there. We will move on from those and go to the next one, which are image effects. So these ones I'm sure everybody's seen. They're very obvious, so I won't spend much time on them, but most of the time you just come in here and do a normal image. But every now and then you might want to do something a little different or special. So you do have a basic image hover, like that. You have an image 3D where it lifts off the page, pretty fun effect on the page. And you have the image effect where you can add some title and a button. So like I said, I'm not going to spend much time on these because these are actually similar animations already covered in another part. But they're fun. Use them, especially this image 3D. This is a fun one. Here, I'll show you that one. They're all the same as far as images. You right-click and say Change Image. If you want to. You don't have to. You could leave it how it was. For right now, I'm going to pick this one. For right now, I'm going to make it smaller and put it right over here. Oops. Now when we preview this, see how it lifts off the page there, kind of 3D. Really fun if you have if you want to do like a photo gallery effect, stuff like that. It looks really nice. I like it. All right. On to the next. So we also have hover elements, also in the menu here, right here, big red banner here. These are fun. There's 60-something of them. Scroll through here and have some fun. We're just going to do 1 or 2 or 3. They're all very similar as far as how they work, but I'll pick a couple that I like. So these box hovers are fun. These are nice. You get to add text and a button here. I like that. These round ones are pretty cool. Actually, I have some of those here. Well, these are actually a little different, but this is another type of animation or effect as well. It is a hover effect though. Let's see. Then we have these text effect themes. I like that they let you see the preview here in the menu, so you don't have to actually put it on the page to do it. Okay. Hover icons. These are pretty fun. Some of them have cool little animations. I like this one. This one. All right, a couple more text style hovers. All right. And some more boxes that have some cool effects. We can add little icons and text. Okay, so those are all under hover elements. There's a lot of them in there. Play with those. All right, so the next thing that you can do for animations and effects is you can right-click on almost any element and get a couple options. So let's pick, let's see, I have a couple in here. Yeah, let me go into preview. So you have some basic animations that you can do to almost any single element. So if you watch, when I slide my mouse across the red text down here, see how it animates like that. That's a very simple one. You just right-click on whatever you want to do it on. So let's pick something else this time. Let's do this, this little button, this image right here. So I'm going to right-click on it, and you're going to go to Animation. Under Animation, you have a lot of different options. These attention seekers right here are definitely my favorite, but there's a lot of fun ones in here. I have a lot of fun with the flip, the rotate in, the light speed. I'll show you a couple of them. The hinge is cute, depending on if you use it in the right place. So for these attention grabbers, Ta-da is one of my favorites. Shake is fun and wobble's fun, but let's do Ta-da. Actually, that's what the one down there did. So let's pick a different one. Let's see. Yeah, wobble is shakes it big time. So you can pick your animation, and then you get to pick when it occurs. Okay, so you have a couple different options. When it appears on the page, so either on load if it's above the fold, or as you scroll down and it appears if it's below the fold. When you click on an element, so you literally have to click on it and it will do the animation. When the mouse is over the element, so when you slide your mouse over the element, the animation happens. When the mouse leaves the element, so you slide in, nothing happens, but when you leave the element, the animation happens. And last is the animation time counter. So in that one, you have a couple options. You've got your evergreen, where you pick just you pick the days, hours, minutes, and seconds. And you have countdown. I thought this changed. Well, just as an example, we'll just do 3 seconds, and we'll have it wobble. Okay. So there you go. It waits 3 seconds, and then it wobbles. See it one more time. There you go. Now I'm going to remove that wobble from that by switching it back to none and saying confirm. Now the animation is no longer happening. So you can do that to pretty much anything. You can do that to a group of text, a box of text. Same thing. You can say, let's hinge. See, that's what it does when it hinges. Let's do that, but let's do that when we click on it. Confirm. Preview. So if I click on this text, this is what happens. Let's move up here. Ready? So it falls down, hangs, and then falls off. It puts it right back, and you can do it again. Just a fun little effect. Again, I'm going to remove that one. Okay, next, same thing. If you right-click, let's say the logo image up here, you also have hover right here, and we'll do that one next. So this one, you have to turn it on. You can pick the text, an icon, or an image, and some colors. And basically what happens is when your mouse hovers over the image, this stuff will show up. So here's an example. So this one, it zooms in, it shows you an icon and some text. And when you move over that, it changes that color. So it's like kind of like you're making it a link, or like it looks like a link, which you can make it a link. And I'll show you that as well. So just as an example, let's do an icon, but let's switch to a different icon. Let's do this one. Let's make it big. Move it up. So you've got the size of the icon, and then you have the image position. It's basically where this stuff is. So if you want it in the center, text size, how big you want the text. Okay, over here you've got the overlay. So the overlay is the color. It's this darkish blue color, or light blue color here that covers it. The font, obviously, and the color it's going to be when you hover your mouse over it. So I'll leave those how they are for now. Confirm. So now when you move your mouse over that, I'll show you in preview as well. It does it. Now, I made that stuff so big so I can't even see the text. So let's go fix that real quick. Let's try that. There we go. All right, so there you go. If this, just like anything else, if you right-click this, you can do an action, make it a link. You can still do all of that and add these animations. These animations and hover effects, they don't stop you from using the action effect on any of the elements. So it's pretty cool. It doesn't matter if it's a button, if it's an image. Even videos and animated Gifs, which I'm going to show you, can have animation or effects done to them. It's very cool. So I'm going to remove this hover by going back in here and just turning it off. Confirm. Now it's back to normal. Okay. Next one is another type of hover effect. I showed you a little bit in the menu, but if I go in here and I go to hover effects, I get more hover effects that I can do. Wait a minute, that's not the one I want, actually. You know what? This, I don't know when it happened, but this one actually does have a little bit of bug in it. It's not quite right. If you look over here, we've got multiple cancel and confirm buttons. I noticed this yesterday as well, but I wasn't sure if it was just my browser or something needed to be reset. So anyway, it does work. I can use it, but there's definitely something going on weird here that's not quite right. So just, I'm going to cancel that. I'll skip that one, and I will show you that one when it's working better. But there are some cool effects in there as well. It recently isn't working right, so I'll report that to support, and I'm sure they'll get it fixed quickly. So last but not least, as far as the right-click animations go, is Swirl Animation right here. And I've actually got one set up that I'll show you, but I'll also make a new one real quick just so you can see it. But this video is a little different from most of my videos because I'm using my ultra widescreen monitor. You might have noticed it probably is going to look a little different or smaller in the video than usual. But I did that for a reason. It's kind of to point out something interesting about Builderall, that if you have a ultra widescreen monitor, you can kind of make use of that, of more of the off-the-screen space, you know, where most most people's monitors are not ultra wide. So what I'm talking about, if you look way over here on the right, you see this little tip here. That's a little picture of a car. I have it scrolling, doing a scroll animation where when I scroll down on the web page, the car drives or rolls across the top here, behind the logo and behind the text and all that, and just goes back here across the screen, all the way from one side to the other. So I'm going to do a preview and I'll show you that. So if you watch up here, as I scroll down, the car comes out and drives across the screen. Okay. If I scroll back up, it comes back. Okay, that's a scroll animation. It happens as I scroll. So I'll show you how I set that up. But the cool thing is, I can't really show you here, and I'm showing you on my widescreen, but on a normal screen monitor, or even a widescreen monitor, when you come to the website, you don't see the car at all. And when you scroll down, it definitely goes all the way across and off the screen the other side. So if I had set this scroll animation up on a screen that was not wide, I could only go as far as I could get this mouse to move this image over. Okay, and what that means is that if I had done this scroll animation on a smaller monitor, and then somebody with an ultra-wide monitor went to this website, they would see the car just kind of hanging out over here until the scroll animation started to go. So it's interesting. So if you have an ultra-wide screen monitor, you can kind of make use of that to make better scroll animations than if you just have a normal screen monitor or even a regular widescreen monitor. Just something to note. So it makes those scroll animations look really good on the smaller monitors because you can hide the original completely off of the screen. Alright, so that's the scroll animation. Let me show you how I did that, how that works. I'm going to use a different picture to set up this one so I don't mess that one up at all. Let's see, let's do a little differently. Let's do this one. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to say scroll animation. So it goes into a new, different type of editor. You have three things over here you can do. Let me close this. Sorry. You have three things over here you can do. One is preview. That's this one. And it lets you preview or test out the scroll animation that you just set up. This one is to confirm you want to save the scroll animation, and this one is to cancel out of this editor and cancel any changes you made to the animation. Okay, so to start, the only thing you can do to make the animation is right-click on the image again and say Add Animation. So once you do that, you get a second version of this, and you can put this wherever you want. You can drag it anywhere you want. Okay, so I'm going to have it come to the other side of the text, right here. And then if you right-click on this, you have a lot of, not a lot, but you have a few options. You can fade the icon, rotate it, or scale it. Okay, so just to show you what they do and stuff, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this 150. Okay, so it's going to make this 1.5 times the size it is right here. It'll be 1.5 times bigger by the time it gets here. It'll actually grow as it goes. Okay, so this is the path that any of this stuff happens on. So let's do a full 360 rotation along the way. Let's have it grow 1.5 times its size, and I'm not going to fade. Okay, now not only am I going to do that, but I'm going to right-click it again, and I'm going to say Add Animation again. Okay, you can do more than one animation or movement. Okay, I can even have it come back. So I'm going to bring it back right here, and I am going to have that one scale down to 25 and do a full rotation again. Again, this is just to give you an idea of how it works. But I could add another animation and go up or down. You really have a lot of options and freedom with it, but it gets pretty crazy to handle right away, and you don't, you know, you're only scrolling up and down, so you can only do so much. But if you're patient and you're good, you can do some pretty cool stuff. So real quick here, I'm going to show you how you control the actual movement. So this is the start and the end. Right now I'm on this third one, so I'm going to go back to the second one, and it highlights which start and end is for this animation. Okay, so the animation starts here and moves here, but it doesn't start moving until this bar hits the top of the screen. Okay, so right there, then this movement would start. Right here, this movement would start, and it would get here by the time the end got to the top of the screen. Okay, so right, that's a very quick animation. Boom. So I'm going to bring this down. First of all, just to get these out of the way, I'm going to move these ones down. Come back to these ones. So I want it to start animating as soon as I start scrolling. So I'm going to move the start to the top. And I want it to get here when I am right here. So I am going to do that really quick. So I'm going to move that up here. And then the third one, which is these ones, I'm going to have it do the back animation pretty much right away. And that one we need to have done by here. So that's going to be really quick. All right, so this is just an example. If I wanted to take a lot more of your time, I would do something else. But we can preview it here. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but if I scroll down, it's going to slide over and then go back smaller. So, well, let me get out of the preview. Okay, so my rotation's not happening, so I'd have to go back and look at that. I probably didn't save that, but you can see what I'm talking about. As I scroll down right away, it goes to the right, it gets all the way over there, and then the next one hits, and it goes back the other way, and gets smaller. Okay? So you see, and the car one's happening at the same time. Lots of little animations happening here. These are the hover effects that I was talking about earlier. Alright, so you get the idea. I'm going to right-click on, or excuse me, I'm going to get out of editing. I'm going to right-click, go back into Swirl Animation. Okay, each one of these I can click on. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to delete this animation. Okay, remember there is one more. I'm going to delete that animation. And I'm going to save that. And right here, whenever you click the check mark that says I want to save and exit, if you read it closely, it says, would you like to close without saving? That's a bug. That should just say, would you like to close? Would you like to save and close? It does save it. If you confirm, it will save it, even though it says without saving. So don't worry about that. It's just a little bug. Confirm. It will save it. All right. Okay, so now let's see. We went through hover, animation, hover effects, scroll animation, text animations, image effects, and hover elements. We also have Gifs, another way to add some animation or effects. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to do that. Let's get back to editing. Let's add an image, just a regular one. Put it over here where we can see it easily. Right-click, change image. So you can load your own if you have some GIFs. I'm sure I have some GIFs in here. Let's find one real quick. This is probably a GIF. Let's find out. It is. It's a hamburger. I'm doing a hamburger website as well. So you can resize it. Put it wherever you want. Preview. Okay, so another way to add some animation or some effects is an animated GIF. You can just load it up as an image, put it wherever you want. It's an animated GIF. I will give you a hint. To make it easier for website design, most of the stuff you want to be doing is going to be with PNGs that have a transparency on them. So there's different things you can do. One of the things that I like is check out this place. If you search this place and you use the word transparent, you will find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of transparent animated GIFs. Okay, these are all hamburgers because that's what I searched for at this time. But if you search for anything else or just click on their main page, you'll find tons and tons and tons of GIFs. But again, if you just do the normal GIFs, you'll see all the normal GIFs. But if you search for what you want and use transparent, you will find some. Let's pretend that we are doing a pet store. So let's do dog transparent. And there you go. Okay, you just click on this and then you download it and then you upload it to your site on BA like you do any other image. and then move it wherever you want, and it works. Another cool thing about the animated GIFs is you can still do the other effects to them. So I've got an animated GIF. We're actually going to put it right here instead. And then I'm going to right click it. I can still change the transparency of it. Simply just let's go down to 50, 55. Okay, so now it's not as now it's transparent. Now we can animate it. So we're going to have this be a shake, and we're going to have it do that whenever we click on it. Okay, so it's animated and, or excuse me, so it's an animated GIF, and we're shaking it using the other animation effects. All right, we're bringing it back to full transparency so I can see it better. You can also do the hover effects and the scroll animation. So you can do a scroll animation on an animated GIF. So I can have the burger start there and go to here. You can also have it travel down the page with you as you scroll. You know, I'm showing you left and right, but you can do lots of different things with it. So let's do that. We're going to have it start right away, and we're going to have it end right there. And this is right there. Preview. Back up to the top here. So you see it scrolls down and then it goes, oh, sorry, it goes under there because of the layers. But you get the idea. It scrolls down there with you as you go. I could have it scroll other places, do other things, have it rotate, have it fade in or out. Lots of different options. So there's that way to get GIFs by uploading them, but you can also go into your here and go to GIFs collection and see these guys. And I don't know if you say GIFs or GIFs. I say GIFs. I think with this time they're both fine, but don't hate me for saying it a different way. They give you some cool ones. Not bad at all. These are pretty good. Stars are nice. You can put 5 of them together to do some stuff right here. These ones right here are transparent. I believe the ones with the colored backgrounds actually have the colored backgrounds. Let's find out. We'll do that. Yeah, so it actually does have the blue background. Whereas if you pick the other one of these little email guys, where you at? Here we go. That one will be transparent. Alright, so you got lots of different effects, lots of different animations, lots of different stuff you can do with transparent things to have fun and make your website look good. I have another website where I use this guy for an email button. Alright, I'm sure there are probably more. Those are the ones I'm going to show you this time. Have a great day. If you got ones you'd like to see more about, let me know and I will go more in depth on them. Thanks a lot.